Hello, my name is Victoria Mendoza, and in case you don't know who I am, I'm basically a Latin American girl who, for many reasons, has had the opportunity to deep dive into American culture, partly due to watching social media content in English due to being bilingual, and also due to my schooling. I studied in an American school, so it allowed me to kind of know more about American culture. I'm very passionate about technology and just how it has changed, evolved, and just how it works. I mean, by the title of this video, you can probably already tell my favorite brand of, all the brands, all the flavors, all the styles. My favorite brand is Apple. So just for a little bit of context, the first ever proper smartphone that I had was the iPhone 5C. I remember it was in 7th grade, and I just remember Apple launched the iPhone 5C, and I watched the event, and I also watched the reviews and the videos, and I saw it on Apple's webpage, and I remember I just begged my parents to buy me one. I mean, at the time, I was only 13 years old, but nevertheless, I wanted one so bad. I mean, I ended up getting it almost a year later in 2014. But since then, I've had the opportunity to use many Apple products. So I had an iPad, second generation, I think, that I shared with my siblings. I used one of the iPod Nanos. I think I also used an iPad maybe 3rd generation. I used an iPhone 5S, an iPhone 7 after, and then I kind of didn't use another iPhone until the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and then I just bought the 15 Pro Max. And now, as you can see, I have the iPhone 17. So basically, this iPhone was a gift because I graduated from university, and also it was my birthday in December and Christmas. So many occasions to celebrate. So it all combined into one present, and I just kind of chose the new iPhone. So basically, I got the iPhone on December 20th last year, so 2025. So about a month ago, and I bought it from an official retailer here in Colombia, which is where I live. It was about $1,200 in local currency, which is so expensive in comparison to the price in the United States. I have no idea why it's so expensive. I don't know if it's because they have to import it, or I have no idea, but it's just ridiculously expensive for some reason. I wish I knew I was gonna buy it so I could have bought it in the US before I came here, but unfortunately it just didn't go as planned, so I ended up buying it here. And overall, I got the 256 gigabyte model. As you can see, I got it in the color green, so this is sage green. I went the lavender one. Unfortunately, there was no lavender color. I think they only had like green and black, and I really don't like black phones. I don't know. I think it's boring, so I just went with the green. Okay, so to start with this video, I will just say in terms of design, I think it's like very well built. It's like pretty thin and light. It's thin and light and comfortable enough without compromising on certain things like the camera or the battery or the speakers. Without compromising on those things, like for example the iPhone Air. And I also really like the colors this year. The blue, the green, the lavender. And overall, aesthetically, it looks very similar to the iPhone 16. It's really not a big difference in terms of looks. The only like visual difference, I guess, if you have them side by side, is the size. So this is a 6.3 inch screen, whereas the iPhone 16 has a 6.1 inch screen. So it's a little bit bigger and taller. It is pretty ergonomic, I'd say. It has like really rounded edges, and it also has a vertical camera layout, again like the 16. I used to have the iPhone 15 Pro Max before, and this weighs so much less. Like, I consider the 15 Pro Max to be heavy after holding this phone. And it is more comfortable to hold, although you kind of do sacrifice the screen space. But I mean, not the end of the world for me. Also, in terms of the screen, it is bigger, like I said, 6.3 inches, and it now has the same 120 hertz ProMotion technology in the Pro displays. So it's literally the exact same display as the Pro iPhones, which is kind of insane. It makes it feel smoother than previous base models, and the front has ceramic shield too for better scratch resistance and just more durability. As you can see, it has the dynamic island. Some people don't like it, some people do. I guess it's just terms of how much you like a certain style. It also has reduced bezels all around, so the bezel size is pretty comparable again to the Pro models, which is pretty nice. In terms of the buttons, it has the action button right here, and it also has the camera button right here. I don't really use the camera button a lot. I mean, I have used it a couple of times, but I really just don't remember it's there and just open the app on my home screen, and haven't gotten like used to it being there. But I guess it just takes time. And in terms of the action button, I have it configured to launch a chat with Gemini, which I mean, for more complex things, it's just better than Apple Intelligence, at least now. So, but you can really configure it for many things. So you can do the ringer or have it activate the flashlight when you press it, or you can do many things with it. But that's what I have chosen to do. In terms of performance, I mean, in my opinion, it's just like very fluid. It just feels fast. It doesn't lag. It doesn't heat up like at all. I don't think it's ever heated up. In the month that I've had it, it's overall really efficient. I think it definitely heats a lot less than my iPhone 15 Pro Max did. I don't know if it's because of the titanium or the chip, but that one used to heat up more noticeably. Also, I am using iOS 26, which is the new software version. And overall, it has been smooth. There have been like a few bugs, but it's really nothing like too groundbreaking or too major. So that's a good sign. Battery life is really, really good. It's lasted me honestly like 9 or 10 hours if I like use it quite a lot. And if I don't use it a lot and I do like most of the heavy lifting, like watching YouTube for hours on end, if I do that like on my Apple TV or on my computer and just use this more lightly to social media, respond to messages, and don't watch like a ton of YouTube videos for hours on end, it lasts like literally like 24 hours, which is quite insane. So right now it says I charge it to 90%. So I charge it to the 90% limit at 12:39 p.m. It has 86% now, and it's 4:38. So it has changed like 4% in like 4 hours, which is crazy. I mean, I haven't used to that much in the last 4 hours, but that just speaks to how efficient it is. And overall, in terms of the cameras, it has a very good quality. It can take more battery if you use the camera like very consistently for a long time, but I don't really do that much, so I haven't tested like how much the battery drains when you're using the camera, but that's maybe something to consider. It also makes sense for the device's capabilities. I mean, it does have pretty like solid cameras, photographic styles, portrait mode, cinematic mode, spatial mode, slow mo, time lapse, and a lot of other things. It has very good detail and colors and quality, and records like 4K and 60 FPS in HDR, so the quality is really good. The storage, I mean, for me personally, I don't take like a huge bunch of long or like spacious photos or videos, so it's more than enough for me. 256 gigabytes. But I think for like content creation, I think maybe it would be more worth considering the 512 gigabyte model. And if you want like to be sure the battery isn't going to be drained significantly with the camera you use, then maybe consider the Pro models. And you also get the third telephoto lens. It's not totally necessary, but I guess if you do that every day, it helps. Overall, I have liked iOS 26. I know the liquid glass design is controversial, but I really like it. It looks like pretty futuristic to me, and I mean, at least on this phone, it hasn't given me any performance issues. So, I don't mind using this software version at all. It's been a pretty good experience. And I also haven't had any issues with legibility. I know some people are worried about that, but for me, I have no problem reading anything on it. And all of this, when you consider it paired with Apple's, 6, maybe even 7 years of software support, and also the optimization with the software and the hardware together. I think because of that, this is just a great device for years to come. It'll be a great device to buy in 2026, probably 2027, and even 2028. So definitely a good recommendation. I do recommend you look for the best prices in different places, especially if you live outside the US or if you travel. So just try to look at prices at your destinations that you're never going to travel to soon, if you travel, and compare the prices. And if you don't live in the US, different places might have different price points, so just consider that. And in the US, it's a pretty good deal. It's $799. Here, like I said before, it's not really that big of a steal. It's pretty expensive. But if you can buy in the United States, that would be ideal, and that would be a pretty good buy, especially if you have the chance to do a trade-in and trade in your current phone. And overall, the ecosystem integration into the whole Apple ecosystem is just amazing. I have an Apple Watch Series 9 over here. I don't know if you can see it. And I also have an AirPod Pro 2, and I have an Apple TV 4K, and this is my MacBook Air M2 15-inch, and they all just work amazing together, and it's just so convenient to use them together. The only thing I don't use that much is iMessage and FaceTime, because as a Latin American, we really don't use it that much. All my family has WhatsApp. Everyone around has WhatsApp, so that's really what I use. But I know it's a factor to consider for, especially if you're in the US. So if you buy an iPhone like this, you also get access to a wide range of accessories and phone cases to choose from. And I want to say, I've tried an Android phone in 2020, so it was during the pandemic. I got the Galaxy S20, so the Samsung Galaxy S20 back then, and I just, for some reason, couldn't get used to Android. I just think it did not feel the same, and it wasn't a bad experience, don't get me wrong. It was a good experience, but I just, for some reason, ended up missing iOS, ultimately, to the point where I ended up, switching back. I also want to show you guys, for a bit, I want to show you the box. So, sorry, this is the box that came in. It has it's texturized, so you can feel the design, and also it has the word iPhone, also in green, so it's the same color as the phone that you got, and it has the Apple logo, iPhone again, and the other Apple logo. And again, it just says iPhone 17, and if you open it, so first here, when you open it, you will get the phone that has this little plastic thing on the screen. I mean, I already took it out, obviously, so I can't show you, but it has this on the screen, and you just peel that off. And then it also comes with this USB-C braided cable and this SIM ejector tool. It doesn't come with a charging brick, but personally, didn't really mind that much. I already had one from my previous iPhone, so it wasn't that bad for me. And I don't know why you don't even get any paperwork. Like, it's just the cable and the SIM tool. So it's really just the cable, the SIM tool, and the phone. Or at least if you buy it here in Latin America. If you buy it in the US, it's eSIM only. So it doesn't have this SIM tray that you see over here. But that's really the only difference. I also wanted to show how much I love my wallpaper. It has this 3D effect, and it's so cool. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Overall, just comment or let me know if you like these types of videos, if you want me to do more reviews of the other Apple products or tech products that I have. And if you can, subscribe, and I hope I can